This is for speech at I'm getting my graphics design at NWAC. Awesome. Okay. Anyways, now we have to do speech. I don't know why. So I talked it to him before with a different kind of speech, and now I'm doing this one. So hopefully, it seems like I've got a good teacher. Come listen, I'll tell you a story. A story I say is true. I'll call it history, and I'll tell it to you. I know it defies all reason and rhyme, all laws set in place mathematically, probability, logic, and time. Well, first there was nothing. No, nothing at all. Then there was something. It just naturally came. I think we'll call it evolution by name. From nothing came something so small, exploded, and billions of years came all. Come listen, let me tell you a story I say is true. The science of old, no, it just won't do. We'll erase it from, or we'll make it where no decent scientist can call it true. We'll erase it from schools, textbooks, medias, movies too. Well, even old stories, yes, that's what we'll do. We'll erase it from history too. But I must go farther. We'll call it religion no more and science no more. For we've got so much more in store. For teaching, instructing, no longer will you open that door. Those who believe called idiots, child abusers, terrorists too. It's true, do what I say or expelled will be you. So I'll tell you a story I say is true. You can think a lucky star exploding, and space aliens too. I can tell you anything I want, no matter how tall, but the truth, it won't do. No, not at all, so I'll shout it and shout it and shout it. It's true, the truth, the truth, the truth is in you. This is basically what we're hearing everywhere, but we've been duped. And if I had an hour with all the research that I've done, I'd spin your minds. I have 5 minutes. I have to do this fast. I'm going to start with science. The definition for science has been greatly changed, but what it was is to know or understand. And what we're dealing with is the operation of general laws, especially as obtained and tested through scientific method and with natural science and physical world and phenomena. Now, if you look at you look at the colleges, they have a different definition. And they call it evolution. Well, let's find out evolution. Well, it's basically a theory, or the process described by this theory. And what is a theory? Well, this theory is an unproving assumption. Doesn't sound like science, it sounds more like maybe religion. And number 4 on this is principle or system of beliefs held with fervor and faith. So let's look at one of the myths. Myth of time. This one, The Greatest Myth, started by Carl Sagan in his wonderful television series, Cosmos, where he suggested anything could happen in billions and billions of years. Well, there's a couple things wrong with that. First, there are many scientific arguments against our solar system and Earth, that they're not even hundreds of years old, millions of years old, let alone hundreds of billions of years old. And number 2, more important, the effect of time is absolutely meaningless when there's highly improbable events. And we're going to just take a look at one of these tiny events. Losing my mouth. This is a cell, the simplest cell, has proteins, and protein in a cell is made out of amino acids. There are 300 amino acids, over 300. However, out of this many, only 20 of them can be used in life. And out of those 20, only the left hand are found in life. If you make an amino acid, that wonderful science experiment where they thought they created life, they made their amino acids, they were all right-hand amino acids. That's death. So you also have to have all these amino acids layered in a certain order for the protein to be able to fold over itself and form its function. So if we took, proteins come in various sizes, 50 from 30,000. So we're going to take one protein, a small protein of 100 amino acids. And we're going to see the probability for it. And it is 1 in 10 to the 130th power That's 130 zeros after that. The probability for that? Well, that would be kind of like flipping a coin 100 times and getting heads every time. And they actually figured this one out. If you flipped a coin 300 million times a second for over 1 quadrillion years, you could get a protein. And that's just 100 amino acids. So can that be done? And our body is made up of 60 trillion cells. Now, we're not even talking about making the proteins or amino acids or anything to make those. Just assembling it would be 114 million years if they were done at 60 trillion cells per minute. And if you had to get them in the right order, well, that would surpass billions and billions of years. This proves that evolution cannot be true. So what is the deal? And why do we hear, oh, no scientists would actually believe this? Well, back in 2001, they had a scientific descent from Darwinism. Come on in. And this was signed by, I believe, 700 people back in 2001. This is the first one major done. And it, was just the beginning. Because in 2012, the National Center for Science Education, we have 1,229 scientists who signed it. And now, you have to remember, to speak out and say you're against evolution, that's taboo. So there are so many more that actually would sign it today. I actually have a few. I should start over now. I have a few quotes from evolutionists, and I thought were very interesting. The fossil record, with its abrupt transitions, offer no support for gradual change. That's from Stephen Jay Gould. I like this one. And see if you know where this is from. The fact of evolution is the backbone of biology, and a biology is thus in a particular position of being a science founded upon an unproven theory. Is it then science or faith? Belief in theory of evolution is thus exactly parallel to belief in special creation. That is from Darwin's book, Origin of Species. And it's in the introduction in the 1971 edition. Is that unreal? So why do they have these problems? Let me read you one. Evolution is a theory universally accepted, not because it can be proven true, but because the only alternative, special creation, is clearly impossible. That's Dr. Watson, Professor of Zoology, London University. So my question is, why can they believe in a totally impossible thing and call it truth, and not allow belief in creation? I'm sorry. There is a $100.35 million Origin of Life prize, by the way, if you can prove evolution is true. Although they did rescind it in 2013 because they hadn't had any offers in 13 years. Anyways, I love that one. Yeah. But, there's a couple websites there. And thank you. I can start over for you guys. Actually, this is really interesting on the amino acids, which is really pretty fun. Do you all know about proteins and cells and all that? Okay, to get a simple cell, you need over 300 different there are 300 different amino acids in cells, okay? Well, to get a cell that actually is life, you have to use one of the 20 that are actually used in life. The rest are not. And not only that, only left-handed amino acids could be life. Right-handed amino acids are dead. Hello. Yeah. And that guy who did that famous scientist, and I didn't write it down, so I can't remember the name, where everybody said he created life in a test tube. Those were all right-handed. He created death in a test tube. Wow. And he designed it, guys. And not only that, the specific order of a protein has to be folded in such, or the amino acids, they have to be in such an order so that the protein can fold in on itself to do the exact job it's meant to do. So, proteins come in 50 to 30,000 different sizes. So if you wanted to get the probability of one amino acid, a small one, or one protein forming by random chance, it would be 1 to the 10th, 1 in 10 to the 130th power.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's like if you flipped a coin for 100 times and you wanted to get heads all the time, you would have to flip that coin 300 million times per second for 1 quadrillion years.
Okay, no, that ain't here.
That's just get the small protein with 100 amino acids. So, and our body is made up of 60 trillion. And then just to get them in the right order, it'd take 114 million years. And that's not to get them in the right order. That's just to assemble. To get them in the right order, it would take billions and billions of years. So there is absolutely no grounds for evolution whatsoever. And that's just one of the things that I came up with.
Amen.
You did very good.
Very good.
Oh, thank you. I'm sorry. I didn't know everybody was coming here when it started. To my beautiful lady. Just my favorite lady.
No.